Being the first person maybe in our family to speak out against it, it felt very lonely. But coming to PCA, it didn't feel so lonely. This is a safe place, and what happens behind these doors is for the better of themselves and their children.
When I was 14, I came to PCA, and I was met with a bunch of really authentic people who weren't like sterilizing what I was saying or trying to turn it into something else. It was a bunch of real people who kind of let me ramble and talk and just do what I needed to do at that moment. So it was very helpful to just feel like a normal person going through all of this.
So I'm an intake coordinator here at PCA. What that means is that we receive referrals that come in through DHS and Special Victims Unit, sometimes the DA's office or St. Christopher's Hospital for Children or Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. We take those referrals, we reach out to the families to schedule forensic interviews that will aid in these investigations.
The forensic interview approach is the best process for children because it creates a safe space for them to talk about whatever it is that they have experienced. There is nobody influencing them in the room. It's just a child and myself. And it creates this moment in time for them where they are sharing some of the hardest stories of their lives, but in a way where they're not feeling judged, they're not feeling manipulated, they're not feeling influenced. They are safe here with me.
I like to tell families that we're going to be in a long-term relationship. So well after the day of the forensic interview, I'm going to call you and follow up and check up on you and be there as a support system. So I tell families if you need to talk about anything, give me a call. That often happens. Some families may not be ready for a therapy referral after the forensic interview, and they may call me 5 months down the line, and that's something that we can do at that time.
What I would say to a caregiver who is bringing their child to therapy at PCA for the first time is that they can expect to be comfortable, that this will be a really safe space. I always tell my families that I'm working for you. I'm here to make this experience whatever you need it to be, what your child needs it to be, that we're here for the whole family, right? Trauma doesn't just affect the children, it really affects the whole family.
I think some of the fears I had as a parent were that my child would be isolated or that we would go through the whole ordeal by ourselves, you know, without the support of anyone.
I feel like my fear was almost exactly different. I didn't know how well it would be like a secret. Like I didn't know how well I would be protected against like the community, and the overall home challenge was very isolating, and I didn't want them to further isolate us, knowing that we were getting help from an outside source.
I don't know if I knew that PCA could do that in the beginning, but as we went on, we found out that they very much could do those things.
When children come into PCA, I think that they need to understand that just because one adult or one other person decided to take away from your happy-go-lucky child experience, there are more adults willing to help bring you back to that happy place.